Friday. We are in October mode. Happy October to you. I hope that the week has treated you very well and that you are ready to do something creative, whether that is to scrap along with me or to sit back and just chill for a while. If you're here in the live chat, you can heckle all you like and it's all good. Right, today we are out of the September kit. We have plenty of plenty of October live streams to go. So today I thought I would pop back to this, which was meant to be in August and we didn't get to, which is always my summer problem, that I end up with way fewer live streams in August. But I had added this collection knowing that we were going to go somewhere and do something. And I just think if I push it off any further, it's going to get forgotten. So let's go ahead and use those pieces that we added on in August today, and then we'll start with October things on Monday. So we're going to do a little bit of travel. Right, enough of my face. Let's get to the desk, and let me show you what I mean. So in August, we did a little getaway with a big family group. I haven't printed everything from that, and you have seen me do a little bit of scrapping from it, because I did the bicycle photo with all of us on our bikes, and I think I've done a surfing one, but I can't remember if I did that. Did I do it here? I think I did. I think I did do surfing on Best of Both Worlds. So I've printed a couple more photos from the journey day where we stopped at Longleat. Now, this isn't all of the photos from the day at Longleat, but I've printed these. I did not plan how well this color matches, but I love it, so I'm totally going to embrace that. But I thought these two definitely go together. These, I think maybe I print more of the scenic, like, not scenic, but the, it's because the word is both sides here, of the, like, atmospheric shots, because this is a giant fancy stately home that you can walk through and photograph. So I have lots of little photos of that. So what do we think about that? Goes with the photo of me standing outside with their giant lion sculpture. Just a minute, for those who don't know what Longleat is, I'm going to back up and tell you. So I think this one then, one 4x6 with a whole bunch of small photos. And then this one, maybe I put this with smaller photos of all the animals, like the various different animals, because of course when you go to an animal park, you end up with lots of pictures of animals, but it's then the people that you have the specific memories of. So that's what I'm thinking. So I'll end up with 3 layouts from that day. We actually spent 2 days at Longleat. So 3 layouts, and these 2 together, and we do those today. And then these 2 would end up a mix of 1 4x6 about people, and then a whole bunch of small photos. In this case, it would be objects, and in this case, it would be animals. So that's where I'm thinking of going with this set of supplies. And let's open this before I forget about it. So Simple Stories make this product, which is called the page pieces. And the idea is that, sorry, if I hold it close to the camera, it will not be in focus. The idea is that it shows you how to make a really simple layout on the packaging using just a couple sheets of cardstock and the die cuts that are in this pack. Yeah? So I like the mix of die cuts, but I don't scrapbook like the example. And so sometimes this product can get overlooked, because if you're thinking it only makes this, it's very easy to overlook it. But it's a smaller pack of die cuts than the ones I never get through. And it has a good balance. Oh, of course. Okay. So you have a giant title. You have a couple pieces that are large, but not giant. Like this is a big honkin' title piece. You okay down there? Okay. And then a bunch of medium to small size pieces. Some little phrases. Oh, this goes with the title. And some pieces that are small enough to use as confetti. So this is like a mix where I will use every single die cut in this pack as long as I don't lose it along the way. And that's kind of cool, right? We like it when we can use everything that we bought. So we're going to put these over in a little spot and not lose any of them, because that would be cool. I mean, you're going to have to help me remember to use the bulldog clip. Okay, and then let's have a look at what we have here. So I've got a sticker sheet. Very nice. Wood grains involved. I'm game. There. I wish some of these were on wood grain, but I'll accept that they're not. And then we have some cut aparts. 3x4s. Oh, one more. 3x4s here. Love this peachy pink camera. We did not do a plane, but what's the other side? Oh, super easy to use. So anything here that won't work for our particular trip, I just use the other side. 4x6, mostly landscape, but that one is portrait. Stripe on the other side there. And then the tags, which of course we have the design elements on this side. Actually though, 2 of them have room to write. And then all journaling pieces on the back. Yeah. So these, I know now this isn't linked in the description box, but this was back in the August kit. It's called Happy Travels. Simple Stories, Happy Travels. So let me grab you a link to the August top-up so that I can at least put it in the live chat for now. Oh, I had the right one there anyway. That was silly. Go back. And August. Ah, there. The link. That's what I needed. Thank you. August top up. So it was in that list. Okay? If you want to see any of those. Now, obviously, I haven't got full pages here or anything, so I'm going to be pulling things to make that work, but we can totally do that. And it means 1 landscape, 1 portrait. What? Okay, so let me do my speech. We will get started on that, and we can talk about Longleaf. Oh, and don't let me forget to talk about the new kit. Okay. Hello, my name's Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime I scrapbook on the internet, it's considered advertising, and legally I need to make sure you're aware of that. So thank you for coming to watch my hashtag advertising. I appreciate you being here, whether you are live, chatty, watch from Tomorrowland, quiet, craft, don't craft, think about coming back to craft, all of it. It's all good. Now, in the description box, you will find links aplenty, and they're mostly in that order. So at the very beginning, you've got the stuff that's brand new. So on my blog at shimelle.com, shock horror, this week I've done a big update. You can find the full description and all the details of the current class that's just started called Just Joy. You can find the Christmas supply shopping list if you want to participate in Journal Your Christmas and want to see what I'm using. Plus, you can sign up for Ready for December 2025, which is something new to the Journal of Christmas world, but some of you like to be hashtag organized. And that means that this year in November, at the beginning of November, I'm going to do a week-long run of showing you how to prep everything using the supplies that I've put in that list. So we're going to make a whole bunch of pages, but no photos and no journaling yet, right? And because I use page protectors, I can put things in pockets as we go. So instead of building an album that you then have to make sure that your pictures are going to work with exactly what you've got in the right order, a little calm. We're going to make a kind of stack or a box or a file, whatever you would like. We're going to make a collection of 6x8 pages. We're going to make a collection of 3x4s, a collection of 4x6, a few other little pieces that are different sizes, some 3x8s, some little 2x2s, things like that. And then when it comes to December and I'm in the Journal Your Christmas class, I will show you how I'm picking and choosing from those things I pre-made, giving them a little adjustment to whatever they need to make into my own album for this year. Makes sense? So that will be happening at the very beginning of November. So don't think, oh, I can do that in December. That'll be fine. I mean, obviously, you'd still be able to go back and take the class. But if you want to actually take it for the purpose of being #organized, then you need to sign up this month so that you are ready to roll in November. Make sense? So you can find the link for that. Then as you scroll down the description box here, you will find the classes I teach, the supplies that I design, and the products that I use here to share with you all sorts of ideas on how you can tell your stories in a creative way. So the supplies that I'm using today are actually a throwback to the August top up, and I've linked that in the live chat. I'll add it to the description box after this video. And then from Monday, I'll be using the October kit, and the November kit is live already. So last little bit of my face, and then we'll get back to the desk. Let's talk about the November kit slightly. Now, this year, if you look at autumn-themed scrapbook collections, my autumnal season, y'all, it's all vintage. So there's lots this year of very vintagey autumnal collections. But that's not really the style that I go for here, or indeed in my own albums. Like the really painterly vintage style. So like Simple Story is simply vintage. Every once in a while, there's like 1 or 2 products from a Simple Story. Oh, goodness. Sorry. 1 or 2 products from a Simple Story Simply Vintage collection that I'll find on their own I really like. But as a whole, the whole collection is just not my style. I like the cleaner designs and the slightly more retro designs that they do, but not the fully distressed vintage collection. But across all different brands, it's like there was a hive mind going this year, which does happen in scrapbook design. I totally understand. And all the autumn collections that came out are that sort of heavily distressed, really vintage vibe. It's a lot of neutrals. And I like my jewel-toned autumn. I like oranges and burgundies and fuchsias and turquoises. So I came up with a little change. So what I've got is I've put 2 different packs of paper in the shopping list for November that would normally look like the optional background stock up that I put at the bottom of the list, because one of them is a Doodlebug Petite Prints in an autumnal color palette. And the other one is jewel-toned backgrounds from Vicky B at 49 at Market. Because Vicky's 49 at Market autumnal collection, Curiosities in Willow Grove, I want to say. That could be wrong, but anyway. It has a lot of neutrals, but some jewel tones. And she's done a pack of papers where it's like, hello, here are the jewel tones. So that's what I've put down. So we're going to take those 2 packs that are quite along the lines of like basics that you could use anytime. I'm going to use a lot of them together, which Doodlebug plus Vicky B is really not a combination that you might think go together, but I'm telling you they're going to work beautifully. But I got to just show you how it's done. Some of you could show me how it's done. Don't worry. I'm not saying it's some sort of gatekeeping secret. It's not. So I've got both of those packs. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that to you, that I'm going to use both of them together. Then there's a couple other sheets of paper. There's a die cut pack that's all title pieces and some enamel dots. So we'll do some taking stuff from stash. Like I didn't do a letter sticker sheet because the October kit has 3 options for letters. So I thought in November, we'll kind of chill on the letter stickers and use things that we have. But I just want you to know that if you look at that and you're going, budget-wise, number 1, always remember, with Best of Both Worlds, you can shop from your stash as much as you want, even if that's 100%. I'm all good. I want you to use what you buy. Use your stash. But also, if you're looking at it and going, oh, I actually really like these products, just keep in mind that they're packs, and we don't normally use 2 whole packs of paper in a month. So you're going to have stuff that's going to then continue to be useful. But have a look at those colors. They're colors that I will keep using beyond November. If you think that you will also keep using them, then it should be a good way to go. I thought that was better than really trying to veer into a style that we don't really do here, and then feeling like by the end of the month going, I don't like this style and I don't really want the things that I bought. I'd always rather show you stuff that I think you can keep using. So that's the vibe on the November kit. Let's stop talking and start scrapping. All right, let's go. Where's my button? There we go. All right. Now, I think we need to grab some colors to go with this. So like some orange, some green, maybe even that color. Let's see what we have. So, if anything comes to mind and you're like, Shimelle, use that, tell me. Doodlebug, I have green and a polka dot. So many pinks. Oh, I have that. In Doodlebug, I have this color, but it has fish on it. I don't need fish. Black wood grain. I thought that was a whole sheet, and it's not. But it's a nice match, isn't it? This is that pumpkin spice Doodlebug collection that they did a few years back. Okay, but I like that. Now, I desperately need some orange, and we all know that I always use the orange as soon as I get it. How is that orange for a match? Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so that is a baby collection. Of course it is. It's Echo Park's All About a Girl, but it has a bright orange in it. Okay. Oh, yeah, so these are Laura Keats. Yeah. Okay, so let's start here and figure out what we could do. Now, Auntie Caffeine is a big fan of that pumpkin spice collection. Me too. Now, I'm thinking, because there's black accents in this collection, I'm thinking that the outside background becomes this. Oh yes, I liked the Prima pumpkin spice too. It was different, but I like both. Now, so this place. Oh. I'm sorry, just scrolling live chat here because it got away from me. Yeah, okay, we're good. Hello, Taryn. So, Longleat. It is basically what happens when a long time ago somebody is super rich and eccentric. And, you know, if you've ever been to the Natural History Museum in London, you'll know that, goodness me, the Victorian eccentric rich family was a real era of British history. They were obsessed with exploring the world and seeing all these sorts of animals and things that didn't exist here. And Longleat started, I believe, this was what we were reading there. It started with basically the head of the household saying, you know what would be cool on this giant estate? Lions. Of course. That sounds completely logical. Lions. Yeah. So they started with lions and then built up from there. It does have an absolutely gorgeous garden, but it has lions. It also has like a river cruise with sea lions. And what else is there? Now my brain is going. But lorikeets. The lorikeets are exceptionally friendly. and you buy a little pot of nectar, and then they just come right up to you and sit on your head, sit on your hand, sit on your shoulders. Oh yes, Sophia is here with fun facts about Victorian eccentrics. Victorian British gentlemen had pockets inside their top hats in case they discovered interesting things while out and about on their travels and needed somewhere to put it. And so when Paddington puts marmalade sandwiches in his hat, it makes perfect sense historically. Okay, so this is what I do every time I have a 4x6 portrait and a 4x6 landscape together. But the thing I love about it is that every time I do it, it ends up looking differently and it's all good. So this is what I do. A box, portrait, landscape, empty space. Yeah. And then we go from there. So let's add some ink to this. And I'm going to first of all check. I was going to check the size of the big honkin' die cut, but I think this is not the title for the bird page. Auntie Caffeine says, but why would you wear a top hat if you were out sailing on the Beagle or whatever? Because the top hat said that you were very, very rich. So why would you not wear a top hat? If you didn't wear a top hat, you would feel very common. And that's the top hats. When you look at actual photos, because of course, photos of that era, you are seeing way more rich people in photos than anybody else because they had cameras. Cameras and photography, very expensive thing. So, the hats get taller and taller basically for exactly why you think. Like, my hat is taller than your hat. It's showing off. And so, I just realized this could very quickly go Halloween-y, and I don't want it to because this is August. And so we will find a way to make sure it doesn't look too orange against the black. We need some other colors to break it up. Okay. So yeah, the hats just get more and more competitive, and not only the size, but the kind of fabric they were covered in. So a wool top hat and a silk top hat are not equal. Yeah. The kind of ribbon that went around on the band, the more exotic your ribbon, the more expensive your hat. Yeah. So there we go. Oh my goodness, China Girl has lorikeets that just hang out in the tree at the front of her house. Oh, they're beautiful but so loud. Yeah, I can imagine, because we just have the ringed parakeets that, aren't native to here but are invasive and everywhere, and they are very, very loud. Okay. We had a Journal Your Christmas question. Lisa says, Journal Your Christmas shopping list. Do you just pick one collection or all of the collections? I haven't participated in a Journal Your Christmas album in years. Do you scrapbook some Christmas events in your Journal Your Christmas album and some in 12 by 12? Yes to all. Okay. So, what I do is I will have everything that's on that list. I think I've ordered all of it. Yeah. And that's the album that I'm using. Oh, I need page protectors. I need to add that to my order today. So, looking now. Let's do this. I will have a mix of everything because that's how I prefer to scrapbook. Yeah. I'm not a one collection to the page or a one collection to the album kind of scrapper. So I will use a whole mix all together. However, you do not need to do that. If you prefer to have, one collection throughout your album, and that is the sort of scrapping that makes you happy, then choose one collection. Yeah? Also keep in mind that I'll have daily entries, but you do not need to have daily entries. That's the whole reason that the class gives you unlimited years of access, is that I never intended it to feel like you have to do every day. that's not the idea. So, yeah. I'm thinking this will keep us from looking too Halloween-y. Yeah. Okay, so not using the giant, let's take the scenic route die cut, but which ones can I use here? We can definitely bring in this blue camera. Maybe with the globe. We can have that. Possibly the balloon. And then we've definitely got little flowers and hearts in here that we can work in. Okay. April says, are you going to order Paige's new kit too? It's not at, I didn't see it yet at scrapbook.com, right? So, I don't have an idea of when it's going to be available. If it's going to be available in time for the November thing, then I might add it in. But it's all going to be about availability. Yeah. Okay. Then, how are we bringing this orange in? If I match the green box with the orange, what do we get? Also, I haven't actually used any of these cut aparts yet. That was the whole point. Let's start there. I'm going to go get some water because I keep feeling like I can't talk properly, and that's not helpful when I'm going to live stream to you, so I'm just going to grab water. Sorry, we're going on a field trip to the kitchen. Okay. Right, sorry for that little break. Podcast from Shimelle's kitchen. All right, so let's see which piece is here. I don't know that that's a discussion that is great to have here, so I don't have them side by side, and also I have a feeling the turnaround was very fast, so that's also that other collection sold out in record time, so why not? Okay, so I liked this one here. Pam says, hey, Kelly Kirkland and everyone from Canada. Like the entire population of Canada. Pam says hi. Hey. Hey. It's okay. They all said, hey, back. Okay. And let's have something to write on. Trying to decide scissors or trimmer. Oh, no, I had it set when we started. Nope, that's not what we want. Okay, should be all right now. Oh, what's up with this edge of the paper? The scissors don't want to sit on the right place. Okay. Now, what I was wondering is, can I make these work together? Obviously not on his face, because I like both. But I think I'm going to cut it down. Little halo. This will be the trickiest part, this little banner. Da, 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 da. Now is the time to use any of those bird die cuts from Vicky's collection. You're right. Hold on. Oh, I don't know why I did that. I kind of forgot what size halo I was cutting, and it's much bigger on one side than the other. But here we are. I do like that. Okay. But I want to mix this in. Oh, we could go here. Okay, we got potential now. All right. See you later, Sophia. Enjoy art class. Now, that's definitely a different kind of bird. I don't think I can do it. But there you go. You could if you wanted. She says, and puts the bird die cut away. Because then it's like, here's my bird die cut rather than here's the actual bird. I know. Ridiculous I am. So where do I want this to go? I don't really want to create a valley of the green there. Valley of green. It sounds like some sort of thriller. So we've got the yellow there, and then the yellow can come here, because this is already at an angle. See? So then angle that one. Okay. See, every time, this combination, but we build differently, it works out fine. Let's put a tag up here too. So we could have definitely one to write on, and what do we want? Maybe that orange one. Oh no, April. April loved these pieces. And when she added it to her order, she had a trip planned, but she didn't end up going. Whoops. Yes, I really like the tag papers, and I love that they keep this concept, because then I feel like you get the choice of journaling piece or writing, or journaling piece or accent piece. and you can just use the other side. But I know some people just don't love tags as an element. So I think then you could just, always cut things down to a rectangle. But I like tags. It's all good. Oh, no, don't do that. Okay. Wrong blooper. So we'll put that behind there. Let's look at stickers. Still got orange paper. Oh, and I've still got these die cuts. Okay. So that could go along here. Yeah, I like that better than that open space. How much writing space do I need versus how much should I embellish? Oh, maybe the camera is above, straight in the line there is not great. Okay. And then if I put that here, we're covering up too much camera, so I don't want to cover his face though. Maybe it's going to come over to the right. That's okay. Or maybe we go with the smaller one there. Now. We're going to put road trip in here somewhere. I want to bring the black from the background into the foreground. So we're going to put that along here. Road trip. Okay, I think I want the orange layer before I figure out the stickers, because I think that's going to change where, change, yeah, because I have the orange against the orange, but it won't be because I'm going to cut this down to where the green box is. I obviously don't want to cut through there, so this time bring it over. And that's my orange box. Okay. Exactly, Jean. If there's still room on the page, there's room for me to tuck the journaling in somewhere. I'll find a place. Oh, Taryn's got an order coming in today, and she's done so much since that she doesn't quite remember what she ordered, so it'll be like Christmas. Yay. Oh, this isn't actually stuck to the page. Did I trim this down so it would have a frame? Yes. But it needs adhesive. Hello, cute little donuts. And ink on the outside. Oh, hi, Nikki. If you can pop back later, we are doing... Oh, you had asked for a layout like this. So it's a landscape and a portrait. And it's from Longleat. Oh, Georgia, she's being controversial now. Georgia, I'm going to disagree with you big time, because I was a huge voice in hidden journaling when people first started talking about it. And I have a whole concept. So Georgia says, I personally don't see the point in hidden journaling or adding photos to the layout that you can't see in the album, like hidden layers. Hidden journaling exists for you and you only. And therefore, it can be ridiculously important. If you ever use a scrapbook, or the art of scrapbooking, the process of using your hands to tell a story, and you are telling that story in order to overcome something that you have battled with, you may not want to tell that story to the world. And telling the world is not what is important about that story. But telling that story and getting it out of your head and into somewhere else is important to you. That I'm hearing something that has no adhesive on it. That's, okay. So this came into discussion, and it would be really funny for me to look up this article, because when I wrote this article, it was really, it did spark debate. Some people really were like, no, that is an absolute waste of time. And here's the thing. It's not about, is it the right thing for everyone? It is not something that is required. But if it helps you with a certain thing, then it is immensely important. So this was the same time as the Book of Me coming out and becoming really quite game-changing to say that you could scrapbook about yourself and not just about your child or your grandchildren. And if you've joined the hobby, after the very early 2000s, that can be really hard to imagine. But in the 90s and early 2000s, that was very much the ethos, was that you didn't do this for yourself. It was a 100% selfless act that you were doing to make sure that you wrote down everything for the future generation to see. But that was also coming out of an era that did not have digital photography. We didn't have hard drives and cloud accounts filled with thousands of photos that children would have access to. We had shoeboxes. And so putting them in albums was the upgrade from the shoebox, because then not only could you do things that were fun and pretty, but you had the ability to write stuff down so that your generation's version of the shoebox had identification of what was going on in the photos, rather than just, we went to the park and had fun. Yeah. Or just I had a box of photos that came to me, and I'm like, who are these people? Are they related to me? I do not know. And I had to do a lot of researching to find out. And there's a few that I still don't know. Most of them I was able to track down, but it's because my family tree was quite narrow. So hidden journaling went hand in hand with the idea that A, it is okay to scrapbook yourself. B, it is okay to write things down that you don't want the world to know. If the writing and the journaling, remember we are using the word journaling, that then you can write something that is for you, that you then don't want to share with everybody who flips through your album. The idea that you could have a scrapbook that could still live on the coffee table, but secretly be your journey from the edge of breakdown to the confident self that leaves that on the table. And hidden journaling has that great purpose. It's also quite cute in a way that there are ways that you can use hidden journaling to write things that you hope the future generation would see later, but not when they're tiny. Like letter to the future you kind of thing. And so then you can tuck it in. And just the idea of, if I'm using all this product and I'm enjoying the creative process here, but actually I still have a lot to write, then where do I put it? And the idea could be that, you know what, it's not hidden because it's a secret. It's hidden because I've really enjoyed the artsy side, but here's also the writing side. And so then it just gets tucked in. Yeah. So there's kind of different levels to hidden journaling. But yeah, you choose whether you make something obvious because it says pull here, or it has a piece that opens and there's a hole in the page protector for it to open. Then that looks like something that everybody can and should read if they're looking through your album. If you would have to actually go digging and taking things out of page protectors and kind of investigating, then I think it's less likely to be read by anybody else, but it might be one day, which is kind of cool. Maybe. So there you go. Does that help, Georgia? Georgia's like, I just share everything and I don't have deep thoughts that people don't know, which is fine. Rebecca says she did hidden journaling about a mastectomy, and I hope you don't mind me, since you put it in the live chat, I'm assuming it's okay for me to repeat it here. That's exactly the sort of thing where it might be really, really therapeutic for you to write it down, and maybe even therapeutic for you to come back and revisit it years later, but also not particularly what you want people to go, you know what, I'm going to sit down on your sofa and I'm going to have a read, and that's what they come to, and then you're like, oh. Kind of like, I once went to a crop. This is a complete, I shouldn't have used the phrase kind of like, it's not at all like. But I went to a crop once where someone had done like a boudoir photo shoot and decided to scrapbook the photos because she found them really empowering to herself. And I am here for that. But also, when the album went around the room, I wasn't quite sure what the appropriate facial expression was supposed to be. Because I was really happy that it empowered her, but I wasn't quite sure, like, I don't know, how you're supposed to react to photos like that when they're not your own. And so, you know, do I think she should hide the photos? Definitely not. If she wants to share them with the world, then great. If you want to take your story and share it with the world on your page, then great. But equally, if you want to take that story and tuck it away, that's also an option. Yeah? I don't know. It was a terrible comparison there. Please don't link the two. I just like the idea of, if I'm writing something and I start to get like, ooh, if I pass this journaling around, would people not know what reaction to have? Sorry, that's the connection. That's what I'm thinking here. If I passed it around and people didn't know how to react, then that's the sort of thing that I might just hide the journaling because it's more useful for me than anybody else. Oh, see, Georgia on one hand tells us that she's an oversharer, but on the other hand, her albums are sorted in a cupboard, hidden away in the spare room like they're a dirty secret, and she doesn't have them out where anyone can see them. And a few of you saying, Shimelle's going to hate this. I've been told off. I don't journal. So I won't ever tell you off, and I won't hate you for it. But I do think it can unlock a whole nother element to the craft for you. Yeah. Yeah. I do really love reading things that people have written down and kept for years and years. I think if you're somebody who never journals and you kind of feel awkward about it, think back amongst small pieces of handwritten stuff that you have found from people long ago. Like, even if it's your grandmother's banana bread recipe, those things are precious, right? There we go. The words on the page don't have to be Pulitzer winning. It's the act of writing. Hey, Susan's here because she journals all the time. Yay. So there's room for all of us. It's all good. Helen has all her albums in the lounge on full display. We like that too. All right. I was thinking we needed something there, wasn't I? Should we put a map over there? Because it kind of ties into that map. Yeah, Christina puts it really well, actually. She says, I find it important to be able to tell my story to be authentic and to be able to document the hard stuff, but I don't want everybody to know. Yeah, and I think that's absolutely a sensible reason. What does the little bit of text at the bottom say? Oh, it says, go, see, do, and rush, and then underneath it says, just kidding, you're on vacation. That's funny. All right, and then heading this direction, we need a title. What are we gonna, has anybody got bird puns for me? Which of these was I least likely to use? The plain one here. Yeah, we can do that one. Oh, or the Stanley Cup. We're not a Stanley Cup house. Let's use the orange one up here. I love that, Susan. Susan says that she had to laugh at her own journaling after she had her hip operation because she thought it was really good, but then when she went back and read it, nope, whoa, it was crazy. That's what the good pain meds will do for you. And Taryn says her kids who are 17 and almost 16 give her sass about how sentimental she is and how many albums she has. But the joke's on them because they'll end up with all of them. They'll inherit the albums. The more you make fun, the more we'll make. All right, let's do this orange topped one for the journaling, or more journaling, depending on how much of this I end up covering. So many angles. Don't know where to go. Straighten this one a little bit. Okay, what if this one is not at all crooked? This one is angled a little bit, and then we angle something that way. Go back to the sticker sheets. Pictures are 4x6. 2 4x6, 1 portrait, 1 landscape. So we could bring in that peachy pink one. Let's try. You're a flock star. That's hilarious. Okay, we've got Georgia is on it with title options. So tell me what you think. She's got Feathered Friends, Winging It at Longleat, Lori Lovett, You're a Flock Star. Hey Now, You're a Flock Star. I think I can put the Hey Now in. Okay. How am I going to do this? I think I just have to tuck that edge underneath because I want to punch those holes. But this piece goes over it. Okay, we're loving Flock Star. Well done, Georgia. The audience goes wild. Okay. Oh, actually, we're going to lose that whole adventure piece there anyway. It does go over, okay, this one goes outside the orange box, so we can bring it outside the orange box here. The car is kind of relevant, more relevant than the airplane, but I think we need to bring it lower than that die cut, than the tag, Okay, so we're kind of even on the sides here. See you later, Aunt Caffeine. Right. Taryn's being far too kind. Okay, we have the globe and the camera. I think today is not the day for the balloon, but you know, you could pop it up like this or something. But we also have the sticker page. George's niece went to meet the lorikeets, but she did not enjoy, and the photo is like, "Get away from me." Hilarious. Okay. Let's have something up here, and then are we putting the title in this box? Okay. Let's see. Bring that blue over to here. Are these our travel buddies? Blue camera bottom right. It's possible. Okay. Let's get this title in the works before I lose anywhere. Okay. I grabbed the green section. Oh yeah, we had the budgie. I can't deal with it. It's just it's too different. I can't do it. And it's bigger than the bird that's in the photo, so I feel like it pulls the attention. I know, but we did think now is the time, but no. FLOCKSTAR. I can do it. It's the Godzilla budgie. It's huge. So these are Jilly Bean from 2013. Still going strong, still sticky. But I need a different lettering here. Could I do it in gold? But I need the other half of the alphabet. Why are they not together, you say? I'm asking myself the same question. FLOCK. I can do it in blue. Oh, that's not it. That's the other half of this alpha, but not that one. Okay. What about, I do have the whole alphabet in this one, though. The iridescent instead of the gold. Yeah, box of crayons is a toucan. Yeah. See you later, Terry. I'm glad you could make it for a little bit. Okay. Oh. Can't do tiles for your because it needs an apostrophe. Although this one actually has an apostrophe block. Does it have the other letters though? Y, O, U, R. Oh, we can do it. We can do it. Okay, but then I need your A. Okay. I'm surprised that I had one E, one R. It's clever getting to the end of the letter sheet. One U. And one Y. Yeah? Okay, and then we can make hay now across here. Now, has anybody memorized my phrase stickers? Have I ever done hay as a phrase? Not on that one. And not on that one. So that was not in Live the Dream and not in Reasons to Smile. I don't think I have. I thought those were my best choices. Glitter Girl has hello, but not hey. And dun, dun, dun. Sparkle City does not have it either. Okay. All right, give up on that idea, but I liked it. Oh, what about bringing the background to the foreground? Hey. No, I can do either or both. Let's do hay, because see I have a tall, vertical, narrow kind of alpha here. So I don't really want to stack them on top. So if I did the hay, but now it needs to be in a rounder, wider font. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Hay. And then we need rounder for here, which was why, like, now as a phrase sticker would have been great, but I know I've never done now. I can't think of anything that would have now as a phrase piece. Unless it was a right now. I suppose that probably exists in somebody's collection somewhere. But it's okay. We can just spell it with the right kind of letters. Da, 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 da. Orange. Oh, I was hoping I'd have orange in Abigail, you know, the scripty doodlebug one. I have it in puppies though. Stella puppies. Oh, I don't have the right letters anyway. No. Come on. What will work? Thickers. And then something be nice and round. Discover, I don't think I have the Discover and Create thickers. I have these though. Why do I always get them stuck to my hair? Could have even brought the end a little bit further. All right. We get our whole song. Yes? Do we like? Do we like? Hey now, you're a flock star. Okay. Looking at this little corner. I think this little corner is correct, but that die cut is too big. Let's go to the stickers. This one? It's still too tall. It needs to be short and wide rather than tall and narrow. Yep. And we'll put it with one of the flowers. Okay, so we've got, this one has the colors that are up there, plus that. Why is this one not wanting to roll? Every once in a while. Just get a grumpy one. This die cut, the On Our Way, makes sense because this was our break up the journey to the actual destination stop. So we are actually on our way. I've got that flower on this sticker, so we can bring that up to the top. So I need to keep that one open for the journaling because now I've used the other one for the title. But we can bring that, oh, making that slightly less legible than I want. Yeah, can read. Can we still read the Enjoy? I think we can, that's fine. And then we could have a couple little flowers to dot about in here, and then that's where we'll bring our enamel dots to. So let's bring, there's already yellow here, so let's bring the orange to that one. And bring the yellow, and I'll cover the plane so it's just a globe. And then we want one down here. We have the yellow there, so let's bring the peachy pink to that side too. Like that. Journaling. Don't put anything there, Shimelle. Now, I've got little hearts here, but now that we have that title, we need stars, don't we? So let's throw some stars at it. Maybe with the enamel dots, to have some stars in the right colors. Let's use these. One, two, three. Yes? And then dots. What color are we going for? That would be this one. We're going to go near the flowers. Yeah? And then some sparkle. Now, we've got iridescent here, but the rose gold, that is that color. It's the same. So let's do that rather than normal gold. If I'd used gold letters here, I would use normal gold on the mist as well, but I did not. Now, the shine is always going to look really nice on the black, so I am going to follow my normal pattern of following the enamel dots, but I'm going to travel it up so that we get some sparkle on the black. There we are. All done. Yay! So, a little bit of a cut into the Simple Stories Happy Travels collection that we had in August, but I did never get a chance to use. So, August photos, August add-on papers, and you've seen the plan that I've got a few more pages to make with that, but on Monday we should be into the October kit. And I'll try and get some October-y photos on the go. Now, if you weren't here at the very beginning, we talked about November's shopping list. It's a little bit of a different kit because there weren't a lot of autumn autumn collections this year in the style that we tend to use here. They were all a really distressed, vintagey kind of look for the most part. And so instead, I'm going to use mostly 2 collection packs that we would ordinarily use as backgrounds. I'm going to mix the 2 of them together, and one is Vicky B and one is Doodlebug. So you wouldn't ordinarily say that those 2 things go together, but they're going to work together beautifully. And then there's a few other pieces to round it out. But that's the idea. And if you look at those 2 different collection packs or background packs and think, oh, I have something really similar to this in my stash, then use that. But also the December shopping list for Journal Your Christmas is up. The Ready for December class is up for signups, and there's Just Joy, which has another live stream tonight at 6 p.m. And lessons today too. If you are a member of Just Joy and you haven't checked over on the forum, yesterday's is many technique-y kind of, but you know, it's me, so they're not techniques that are gonna make your head hit the desk. Techniques that are just a little something special. And that gives me great joy indeed. So there we go. I will see some of you today at 6 p.m. Otherwise, I will be live again here on Monday at 1:30 for October things. All right. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this and you want to give it a thumbs up, that'd be super duper awesome. Or you can go sign up for a class at Shimelle.com. That'd be super duper fabulous too. I hope you have a great weekend and see you very soon. I'm glad you're here. Thanks so much. Bye.